Alrighty. Another adventure of the Kobolds.
Yeah, I guess it's lucky I've got the flame cannon.
It is very good that you have the flame cannon, I will say. It's very nice that you just have that out at the ready.
Hmm.
Let's see here. Where is... I would like a bit of nice music here. Hey, there we go. Well, the last time for you guys, for the Kobolds, you had journeyed further in to the terrifying Sunblight Fortress, ruled by the Dispo, Zardarok Sunblight, a madman inventor and tyrant with plans to conquer all of Icewind Dale, with both his ardent followers, both press-ganged and willing alike, and along with his Chardalin dragon, which currently is hurtling on a path towards Icewind Dale. Now, in your infiltration, you had met a woman by the name of Grandolpha Musgard, a paramour, so Zardarok would claim, of his. However, she has no intentions of falling for his seduction, and is in fact planning to overthrow him, possibly with your help. She revealed to you key bits of information, most of which pertains to the fact that some of the people that Zardarok employs, despite his paranoia, are loyal to her instead of him, and that merely by mentioning her name, you can gain favor with some of them, and perhaps turn the tide of a battle in your favor. You've ventured deeper into the fortress after that, and you came across a massive throne room, with a throne made completely out of Chardalin. In this throne room, you saw a gaggle of strange creatures, bipedal, ape-like creatures called quaggots, some of which appeared to be plant-like in nature, fungal, much like the creature that was held captive on the side of the room, a myconid by the name of Plurata. You stopped the quaggots from causing more bodily harm to the myconid, and as a reward, he lent you the aid of some of his mushroom servants, who in turn will help you and will follow your commands as you head deeper in. Unfortunately, the sounds of combat brought forth, let's say, the cavalry, as now you are being faced right down with a gaggle of Duergar. So, oh no, my laptop is shutting down. Yeah, it's fine. It's not my desktop.
Is it the one
The
that's recording
stream.
us?
It's not. No, it's not the one that's recording, so it's fine. But I will have to. I will have to reboot my computer. All right, strategize, strategize.
Well, half of them apparently turned to our side, or did we not pull that trigger yet?
We haven't
You've not
pulled
pulled
any
that trigger
triggers.
yet.
Okay. So, you know, once we do. Oh, I'm a little hesitant to fire them all in the face because now, obviously, some of them are going to be buddies. Looks like if you're loyal to that person, maybe step back might work.
Alrighty.
Okay, conversions will be good. Good. Maybe we can bluff our way through with
All
that.
right, because my laptop is now dying and presumably needs to charge a bit more. I'm going to roll these myself. Okay, 1.
That was loud.
It is loud, yes. It's my Demandal dice.
Terrible fun of a natural one.
Okay. Okay. You watch as... let's see here. Okay, I can't move that myself. You watch as 3 of the Duergar kind of like lower their weapons like, oh, it's just some kobolds, it's fine. Meanwhile, the one in the one to like the center right kind of goes, what's the matter with you lot? They're intruders, do something!
Intruders?
Aye! Kind of just gestures at the mess that you left. What am I supposed to think about this?
So, I think we were hired to help. We were hired to provide our expertise in hunting down beasts of the Underdark, such as these. And then your ruddy animals attacked us.
I'm gonna need a
nothing.
deception check from you. Wow! One moment, my laptop is in fact going back on. Give me just a second. As I think, I need to a little bit to think as well. Give me just a second.
Scott
What am
demands
I
to speak with
supposed
the
to do
manager.
with that?
Just a moment, please. Which
I'm so sorry.
What's
What
your
else am I
name? Let me
saying?
see your name tag.
Don't be sorry. This is great. I didn't expect a natural 20 for the first roll of the game, so I think we're good here. I need to be more quick on the draw with improvisation. Words, Evan.
Words.
Sorry, I'm a bit caught off guard.
Gorgeous.
Let's see here.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Demanding to see the manager always works.
And indeed, it does. The one, funnily enough, the one that was not affected seems to be in sort of a leadery position. And yet, Quagga's sort of a bit jumpy at best of times, I suppose. What started it? What started the fight?
Oh, just we walked in looking to, have our meeting with the boss man, and they just jumped us. Had to kill more than half of them, but luckily we managed to. Luckily they had some of this spore goo we were able to revive them with.
Good. At least their corpses will see some use then. Kind of snorts at that. Kind of gives a long sigh. Well, if you are here to kill some monsters, then well, you can do us a favor then if you want. Kind of points to the back. He kind of juts a thumb to the back hallway. We have a number Hulk that we're trying to tame. Although if you're not feeling up to that, we got some rust monsters that need putting down. You take care of that. I'll make sure you get paid for it.
See, finally, someone who knows what's going on. Sounds like an excellent deal. What do you say, boys? Umber Hulk or Rust Monsters?
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind me saying, I've got a lot of gear that's not exactly rust-proof and also not exactly expendable. So I'd rather take my chances with the Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk sounds good.
I'll second that myself.
I want to point something out, by the way, on the side. If you were anything other than like an Underdark kind of creature, that lie wouldn't have flown. Because you're kobolds.
I am astonished that it flew at all.
That's the only reason that it was at all plausible, by the way. I'm just pointing that out to you. Just.
I was expecting this to be like us bickering back and forth a bit long enough for Snuck to get the cannon in position and shoot them, but this also works.
Now you get the feeling. Roll an insight check. Just go ahead and roll insight.
I don't know if I've got emboldening bomb still, but
I don't think.
I think we said that it lapsed.
I don't know.
I believe so as well.
I would also probably be back to normal size.
Well, you used your size to crush the throne, which is what brought them in, so...
Oh, that's fair enough, yeah.
Alright, so the dwarves kind of step back into the hallway that they were in and let you on through. So I'm going to reveal some of this hallway here. You enter basically a heavily guarded hallway. It seems that there are some metal bars that protect these sides of the room from the center, giving this a sort of like basically like a guard to prevent anyone from kind of like entering that shouldn't be. And there you can see like these are like prime spots for them to like thrust spears into for any intruders. So they kind of like go back to their positions from guarding. This one, however, will go to this door and kind of unlock it. Well, better tell the boss about his new hires.
You just squeeze through this. There we go.
Alright, one moment. I gotta reveal a lot here. Well, a sizable amount, not a whole lot.
Mind if we use these quaggoths to help us with the Umber Hulk?
What was your question? Sorry.
Mind if we use these quaggoths to help with the Umber Hulk?
Sure, do what you want. Not like they're doing much else. Kind of shrugs. Goes into this door up here and vanishes.
So, did my 19 insight get him, or?
It did, actually. You get this sense, given from what Grandolfo told you, the Quaggas were kind of pressed into service. You get the sense that they really didn't hold him in high regard. Maybe they were helpful in some other ways, but you get the sense they don't, because they're not Duergar, there's not really much of a loss. And considering as well, adding on to your lie, the two guards down here, either just like the door was open and like at this point the guards would have been poking their heads out and would have seen them. That added credence to your lie. Because otherwise, if the two guards over here didn't stop them, why should they? Also, 1 second. Dog needs. Hey, Google. Good boy, Bowser. Good boy. I had to let my dog in. Excuse me, Google. Bowser, get your paw off my cord, buddy. I can't. Sorry, I had to let him inside. I had closed my door.
No problem.
Okay. All right, we're good. So, as you walk into this hallway up here, you open this door at the end, and you see that the hallway turns into a large, mined-out cavern. You can see to the western walls two Duergar trying to force a cloth rag over this large, hulking, insectoid creature's eyes. It is a large umber-colored creature with hard plates and long raking claws. Currently, its claws are kind of like put in like mini little, mini like those things they put on crab claws. You see like a little, like a couple bands on the claws to kind of like hold them together. Some like weird sticky adhesive substance. And currently they're just trying to wrestle this thing over its eyes. Like,
Do they seem to be having trouble with it?
yes. In fact, here, let me roll something actually. Oh, they're able to at least hold it in place, but you can tell they're still having great difficulty. They managed to avoid being knocked off, at least.
Alright, I'm going to come over and I'm actually going to activate the Frost Rune to get the +2 for Strength and Constitution. And I'm going to come over and offer to hold it for them while in my giant state. And I'll see if I can pin its arms or something.
All right. As you kind of walk over there, they kind of step back, kind of impressed, in awe at the size of you, the lad. Go ahead and roll an athletics check for me.
Alright, and again, this will be with advantage because I'm big, and it'll be +2 to whatever it is I roll. So 23.
And a 14 for the creature. As the creature tries its best, unfortunately for it, its claws are kind of pinned and are unable to really rake at you. So you manage to kind of pin it in such a way that it is unable to resist any longer, and the guards manage to get a bunch of like large-sized manacles and some of that covering over its eyes. And as it kind of gets covered over the eyes, it kind of like loses some of its resistance. It kind of like gets a little bit more calm, a little more pacified. Excellent work, Dragon Kobold. Whatever. Thank you.
Kobold, just really big.
Kobold.
They kind of give each other a look. Aye. Well, thank you for that. And they just kind of drag the creature along. All right, come on. Start dragging it this way and through this door over here. And as they open that door, you get a better look inside from this angle. A wave of heat blasts through the door, kind of singes your scales a little bit, Skanuk. Nothing harmful, but it's just from the heat alone. And you see a massive forge for just a split second before the door closes again. In the light of intense lava.
All right, but no, seriously, like, what's our game plan here? Because we're about to get found out.
Honestly, I say we continue trying to bluff. If this guy's as crazy as the old lady said he is, he might not even remember that he hired us. You know, he might not remember, quote unquote, that he hired us, quote unquote. So, for the time being, I still think there's room for us to bluff until we can get him cornered.
We can at least, I guess, get into, close range with him. We could maybe get the jump on him. I'm a little worried about getting out. So is there a door here?
There is, in fact, a door there, yes.
What's through there if I take a tiny peek?
Well, that door there was the leading to where the forge area was. You can take a better gander, though, if you wish.
Oh, I see. I thought that was this up here.
No. That leads downward.
That leads down. Okay. Go ahead and take a peek in the forge, I guess.
All right. Do you wish to be stealthy about it, or do you just want to take a peek.
I would, yes.
All right, make a stealth check. 17. Not bad at all. Alright, if you thought the other one was gonna be a long time reveal, this one's gonna be even longer. So you're just gonna hear me clicking a lot of times, so bear with me here. click, 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 click.
The sound of
click,
the
click.
Umber Hulk chittering in the background.
Exactly, that's exactly what it is. Definitely not me clicking my mouse repeatedly trying to outline this very obtusely shaped room. Definitely not that. Let's see, from the angle that you're at, you would not get a good look of that side of the room, so that's gonna be... Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So now that you get a better look of the room, you see smoke filling this warm cavern, which has a ceiling that ranges around 40 feet high, down to 20 feet high along the south wall. The source of the smoke and heat, you can tell, just from kind of where you have been walking through throughout the whole fortress, this is where the source of it is coming from. A 10-foot tall stone forge shaped like a pyramid, with its peak sheared off. Kind of like this ripples of heat and flashes of firelight spew from the top of it, which emits a deep, pulsating heartbeat. A 5-foot deep trough extends east from the forge, or rather southward from the map, with rows of black anvils of either side of the depression. Overlooking this forge are 4 20-foot tall guard towers, which you can see, if I point here, are here, here, there, and there. Overlooking these are around 3 Duergar per tower, standing guard behind low battlements, giving them a fair bit of cover. And let's see, would you see this from this angle? Let's see. So you wouldn't see it from the closest tower, but you would see from the opposite tower, right this way, you would see a set of stone stairs descending from this tower over here as a way to access the top. South of the forge, from your angle you would be able to see it, is an enormous 5-foot tall iron platform fitted with cranes and clamps, with short flights of iron stairs leading to the top of the platform. Surrounding it, you can see a cleanup crew, consisting of a female Duergar with a horn and 6 hulking bipeds, their white fur stained with soot. They are tossing scraps into a cylindrical container, which you can just barely see that. What you notice also is looking directly above the platform, that hole that you saw on the main floor, leading upward.
Do any of us have a way of flying?
Well, if Hawk's through me.
Don't think that would necessarily be a good idea.
Well, the elevator comes out right next to the door, right?
I always dreamed of flying.
I think the part you're not going to like is the falling after I throw you.
Right.
Do we see the big guy, the Zardarok?
You do not see any sign of this guy. You do, however, see that I have his token here, but this is the guy here is the guy who said he was going to check on the boss for you. You see him walking around the platform, kind of asking around, and he goes down this way and then disappears from sight.
Okay, so Zardarok is going to be coming to us pretty soon. we could try to. Alright, so he's gonna like close the door and step back from it. Okay.
What's your guys' passive perceptions?
11, 12.
14.
Perception.
12.
Hux is going to take a moment to grab these
15.
quaggots and be like, hey, you guys, come with me a second. And lead them to this room.
They follow. All right.
Anybody need healing?
1 second.
I'm a little beat up.
All right, you bring the Quaggas with
I
you,
don't
so...
know about. I don't know about the rest of us. I think Hawks is pretty welcome.
Yeah, I'm at half health. On
Did
that.
we do like a short rest, or did we?
You did not get a chance to rest, because they burst in
Yeah, no.
right at the moment.
I was trying to remember where Hawks got all that healing from. So I remember getting pretty beat up, but I guess he must have.
Actually, hang on, I don't think that many...
I received a great deal of healing from Meatbell.
You,
And at least a little bit came from my second wind.
Did you guys use all the jars?
I think so.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Probably.
You... let's see, this guy didn't need the jar, he was resurrected. Okay, so yeah, that's okay, 5, yeah, okay, that tracks.
Everyone gets 7 health. And I would also include any extra Quaggots that would be able to be affected by that if any can be.
They're not undead. They are considered plants for this, so yes, they would be. So some of the one that didn't die.
Actually, wait. I would go Connect, Hawks, me, Scales. That's 4, so 2 of
Ones that were damaged and then weren't. Okay, awesome, excellent. So with your guys' passive perceptions, you would hear a clicking and chittering sound coming from this direction down here. Not the same as the Umber Hulk, but like more lighter, higher pitched.
That sounds like rust monsters to me. Not that he actually knows. Could we roll to check on that? Or like, not check, but like to recognize?
To recognize it, you want?
Yeah.
Roll a nature check.
Like he's paranoid about rust monsters. He believes that's them.
10, 7, 8. Hawks, you gonna try to take a stab at it?
Yes. I was just looking through my stuff to see if I had advantage on nature from anything, which I don't think I do. No.
Yeah, none of you would know, unfortunately.
I'm gonna presume those are rust monsters.
Yeah, you've at the very least, you've heard of rust monsters as kobolds. You know what they can do. They are very bad for, like, you would have heard stories of like their metal eating capabilities. You at least know that. You wouldn't be able to distinguish the call though, or like the clicking though. You hear the patting of feet as well coming your way.
From which direction?
The same direction that you heard the clicking.
Oh, fuck.
It's coming your way.
Do we want to go
Patting
and...
of like small feet or like dwarven feet?
Very tiny padded feet. It's like muffled socks hitting stone.
Huh.
Just puff 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 puff.
So, do we want to go and meet the guy in charge? Do we want to wait for him here? If he's going to come here.
Well, maybe it makes more sense to meet him.
All of you roll intelligence checks for me with advantage.
I mean, like, it's not a... Doesn't exactly look like a fun time out there, but if it's,
Right.
this isn't a great place to have a meeting. There's there's so many doors here, so many horrible things around the corner.
This makes sense, Scales, being of a mind for self-preservation. But let's get up to... You both remember Grandolpho saying that Zardarok was a very paranoid individual, having killed off his own sons for believing they would betray him. You could maybe try to convince him. You will have to be very careful, though.
So, out of character, because I was kind of trying to talk around it, but I don't know what the padding feat is. Out of character, I was thinking, like, his immediate reaction is probably just going to be like, their intruders killed him. I'm wondering if he's going to, like, if we can either try to hold this door and kill anyone trying to come through it, which is a pretty solid defensible position, or we could try to get to him and assassinate him as quickly as we can and try to escape in the confusion.
Where were we hearing the rust monsters from? Was it down the...
Yes, down this little side passage down here. As they're kind of looking this way, you can tell that these areas have been... It's been sort of like a small mining operation. You can see them kind of like dwindling and twisting into small miniature mine shafts down these ways. And then this is like... It's like getting like a bit bigger down this direction. Kind of like deliberately mined out. Probably for either stone, for ore, or for other materials.
Turtling.
If we had just random pieces of metal we could use to lure the rust monsters into the floor, into the factory floor, and cause a panic, that would be entertaining. I don't know if it would be useful, but it would be entertaining.
Some use. Might be of some use. Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, if we try to hold this, the problems are rust monsters are behind us, and he might not even come and try to kill us personally. Whereas if we go in, this is a nightmare of a fight because of all the enemies there's like 12 Dwergar and,
Well, we do have Grandolpha's name.
We do, actually, so maybe
So it could be
the
just like
towers will be
four.
mostly...
Could be none.
That is true. We might just be dealing with the 4 Quaggoths and, half of the dwarves. Why are these guys marked red?
No reason.
I see. Suspicion.
No reason.
If we could, like...
Vicious.
If there's some of them... If some of them are friendly, then we could maybe, like, take a tower, and that would be good for most of us to be supporting from, while Hawks and the Quaggoths are kicking ass on the ground floor.
I'll have you know, I only have 2 spell slots left. Maybe 3? 4. I have 4 spell slots left.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to the same boat on that one.
Let's see. I have 5?
So if we're gonna fight, we're gonna have to let them do a lot of the infight, which I'm not a fan of.
We're gonna have to rely on the infighting and trying to pick off, like, trying to sway that fighting in their favor. Oh boy. Mecca's gonna shoot at the rust monster immediately.
See 3 of them pop up your way. Alright, which one are you shooting at?
The first one that comes around the corner.
That would have been this one down here, actually. The one right here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, try and drive him off. Just, no. Okay.
Oh, I see. You're not directly attacking. You're just, like, trying to scare it off.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Right, roll an intimidation check.
Fire bad. Go.
5. you kind of like can see it chittering happily, and kind of like just starts like wandering towards you all. Kind of sniff. You see these long antennae with like feathery, kind of like orangish cilia, just just peppering you, and just kind of like almost like it's like a nose, just kind of like just wafting over you. Do you have any metal on you, on your armor, Meepo, or anything like that?
Hux is going to pull out his crowbar and whistle and wave it around to get their attention, like it's a bone.
All right. First off, Meepo, do you have any? Are you muted, Stephen?
I think he said he'd be right back.
Oh, beans. All right. Well, Meepo's not really wearing heavy armor, I don't think. So, just gonna wander over the scales. Start like rubbing him with their antenna.
I was going to say well behind Hawks, and also well behind his cannon.
All right, Hawks, you're trying to ward them off with your crossbow. Go ahead and make me...
I am not trying to ward them off. I'm trying to draw them to the crowbar, and I'm planning on potentially like getting their attention with it and throwing it into the factory floor to see if I can get them to scramble for it.
Roll me...
Maybe...
Either persuasion or animal handling, your choice.
You could put it on a cannon. Oh.
I have advantage on animal handling.
Alright, soft 20. Not bad at all.
Hey, you guys like rusted things? You like metal, right? Here, look, I got something for you.
They all start to scurry around you and they all start you're also getting to like very near the end of that giant thing, by the way. You're like very close. Maybe like 30 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. All right, they start following you, jumping up. Basically jumping up like they're dogs, essentially. They're just like jumping up and clicking.
And I'm gonna slide this door open a little bit, and I'm going to toss the crowbar in and try to step back.
All right. I will say you will suffer a little bit because in they're trying to like get the crowbar, they are going to like get over your armor. So let's see here. Roll me 2 dexterity saves. It's not a very high DC.
16 and a 20.
Okay, you're fine. You just kind of brush them with your arm, like with like a free hand, just to like keep them down, like bang, down. So you do not, your armor does not suffer any effects of the corrosion. So very lucky for you. Yeah, you toss it in. I will say you can toss it in within this area right here. Just anywhere within this area. So just mark down where you want it to go. Right there? All right.
And I definitely, if they follow it, I want to close the door behind them.
All right. You watch as the rust monsters start to skedaddle into there and start like cracking, just like start clicking and clacking like mad. It's like, oh, who let the rust monsters in here? Where are those damn kobolds? You just like starts getting chaos in the room.
Mischief incarnate. This is why you never hire kobolds for anything. Because we are bastards. Let's see.
You just start hearing chaos. Just like you hear javelins being thrown, shouting in Dwarvish.
Excellent.
Shouting in a different language. Yeah, let's see. Let me roll something on the side then.
And the story is that we were so busy rallying our quaggoths here that we didn't notice them slip past.
Yep, all our stuff is magical, so they didn't really bother us. Really, it's that guy's fault for leaving the door open.
You hear a in the forge room.
So are we gonna take advantage of this, or are we gonna?
Sorry, go ahead.
That's a good question. Maybe we should pop in and, save the day, quote unquote, something like that.
I mean, this fight would suck, but I don't think we're. What is our plan here? Oh, that sounds bad.
That's both me rolling dice and simulating cracking against chitin.
Oh. If I peek in again, what is the situation? Like, is anyone?
All right.
Is anyone?
As you open the door, starts running back this way. One of the a very heavily wounded rust monster running back here, scared off. You see the remains of a rust monster currently melting in the forge, or rather, just burning up. One of them, the Quaggets, the Quaggets right here, are just kind of like circling around it, just like they all have like these like wrenches and like blacksmithing tools. They're all just trying to squash it like a bug with their hammers, all trying to squash it, and it's basically dead at this point.
That's unfortunate.
You do see these Quaggets did take some damage.
Do we have any like AOE's?
I still have one shatter.
I'm just thinking like, I don't know what our objective is.
You hear a loud thud over this direction, and a scream.
Oh, that sounds like.
Damn fool! Which only Meepo would hear in Dwarvish. Unless, who else? Does anyone else speak Dwarvish?
Nope.
Nope.
Alright. Meepo, you hear that in Dwarvish.
Sounds like the jig is up, guys.
What's down this way? If I step over here real quick, as we hear the screaming and thundering.
Alright. As basically all that you really see, just it's not very well represented in this map. But you just see this long stretch of hollowed and mined out caverns, essentially. And basically you just see several shafts, basically like that one up there, several shafts going out into smaller ones, filled with mine carts and shovels, all kind of filled with both chartelin as well as iron, and as well maybe some copper, a little bit of silver. So there's some decent amount of material, all along this way over here. Just raw material.
We were to So okay. So once again, are we going for an assassination or are we going for what? Are we just trying to
We're not exactly assassins. Nor do we have the spell slot to be so.
I think it's gotta be we've gotta rely on the people who we've made allies with, whether they're friends or not. That's all I can think of. Otherwise, I think we're gonna die.
Yep.
All right, let's get in there and start the shit, I guess.
All right.
I feel like I keep pushing and don't really have a direction behind the pushing.
So,
Okay,
how are you going to
well-
enter this room? Do you have anything you'd like to do before you burst in?
Well, I think that Hawks is gonna probably reach the end of his bigness in a second, so I'm just gonna preemptively re-up the Giant's Might.
Okay. Very well. This tiny rustbuster hanging out in the corner, scared to bits.
I suppose I would redo Emboldening Bond on everybody but me.
Let's send the Quaggets in first, and then get in on this shit. I suppose.
All right. Let's see. I will let you move as you enter the room. Any space that's like right there. That's as far as I'll let you go when you're bursting into the room. There, or there even.
And I think we should get the Quaggoths to come in as well.
Yes, so they will be right behind you, or they can be beside you as well.
Make like a crescent around him.
Set up the defenses so that Skanuk and Meepo can safely sit in the back.
Do our bizarre work.
I see you, Scales, all the way back there. This rust monster over here is just eyeing you. More panicked. You don't think it's going to attack you, but it's just looking at you.
Just like solidarity glance exchange.
Exactly.
I'm looking at him with the same expression.
It's basically like you're both shrugging at each other. Both have the same lot in life. All right. So, Skanuk and Meepo, are you happy where you are right now?
For now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to take cover at the edge of this door. Not really sure. There's not really a space exactly there. There might be fine. I can step in and out. That'll be fine.
Fair enough. The door is open, so you will be able to look in. So, as you peek back into the room, you now see this lad over here. I'm gonna blow up his picture, actually. You see this boy.
Oh, that's a costume for Merge.
So let me see if I can find his description. One moment. I was a bit distracted earlier, so I'm trying to find. So, the dwarf that you see has a massive, soot-stained beard with bushy eyebrows and long, white hair flowing from his head. The crown atop his head has 9 spokes, but only 2 are unsnapped on his crown. On his right hand, he bears a clawed gauntlet made completely out of chardoline, and his armor is black and made of iron. He is grabbing the Duergar that was going to meet him by the throat, and currently is choking him out near the forge. My king, how can I expect kobolds? You're a damn fool, Dogen. A damn fool.
If I'm able to, I want to try and somewhat intervene. I think we kind of expect that this is going to become a fight either way at this point. So I am going to use the Ice Shard boots, have a once-a-day casting of Sleet Storm.
Unfortunately, that will start combat. We're unable to get a sneak attack off. Or surprise off. So you will have to do that on your turn.
Okay.
And kind of bursting in, unfortunately, there's not really any surprise here, sorry.
No, that's fair. I'm just trying to potentially use the Sleet Storm to maybe, first off, give him some difficult terrain to deal with, and also try and maybe quench the forge a little bit so that he can't drop his buddy into it.
Fair enough.
Or maybe I just will anyway.
Maybe you will anyway. Wow.
Darn.
Alright, I'm just gonna...
Meepo's uncomfortable with this situation.
Okay, let me just...
He is trying to destroy all of 10 pounds, to be fair.
Right, not with stopping this guy, but with the way we're doing it. Or the way she has an idea of doing it, but doesn't want to follow through.
I'm just gonna do a bunch of rolls here. Okay. That boyo gets an 11. Actually, no. It's their dexterity. Oh, so it's a 12, actually. Alright. Am I missing anyone? I just might be. Yes, I am.
I need.
No. Yeah, that's about right. Alright. Fitting then, you go right before him, I almost called you Zardok. You go right before him, Ox. Oh, I just closed that. Time to get some
Alright,
fitting music
so-
here.
So I am going to try to aim to quench this entire forge setup and turn this entire area into difficult terrain using Sleet Storm.
Right here.
Also, because of my ice boots, I'll just walk across it.
Okay. Can you, is there like a spell? Hang on.
I posted the spell card, but I can do it again.
Sure, sorry, I just did a bunch of, let's see. Until the spell ends, freezing rain, slate fall into a 20-foot cylinder with 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. Heavily obscured, exposed flames in the area are doused, ground in the area. Gotcha, okay, I'll get your edges. Alright, let me double check something for the forge, because this might in fact matter. I'm gonna see. Because this is very important.
Accidentally saves the world with one spell.
Alright, so the bad news is, it doesn't quench the forge. However, a cloud of steam rises up from around basically a similar distance. So basically, it's like basically double heavily obscured in this area right here, where the forge is. So no one sees shit.
Okay, that was maybe something I should then stop concentrating on, but
Fuck him up.
I mean, I'll see things actually.
True.
You would. The good news is the cloud of steam would persist after the sleet storm if you stop concentrating.
Well, I'm going to let a turn pass at least. And I think Hawks will advance to the edge of this on his turn.
The soup of ice and steam.
Indeed. Oh, you know what I didn't roll for? I didn't roll for
The Quaggoths?
your Quaggoths.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Our spore servants.
Yes, let me write that down in the thing. Make it just a quick roll for them. Okay, so they didn't roll very high. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so they rolled pretty low. Okay. Alright. So, that is your turn, Hawks. Anything else? You're just moving?
I'm just moving, yeah.
Okie dokie. You hear cursing in Dwarvish like, aha! I bloody knew it! Ha! You hear the sound of a panicked Duergar being tossed to the side. As because he couldn't see the forge, he couldn't toss him in. So he at least did that.
He started his turn there, so I need a dex save from him.
Sure thing.
And DC is set to 17.
We'll save a life.
17. All right. Do-do-do. Oh, with a flat 0 bonus. That is upsetting.
It's okay. It's still difficult terrain for him.
All right, so
Worth some.
you hear kum, 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 stomping of metal boots, and you see, just for a brief moment in the cloud, a flash of red eldritch energy. As eldritch blasts shoot out of the fog, and steam. With disadvantage, of course. Let's see here. Okay, that's the first one. Well, let me double check. Does he have... Okay, yes he did. Okay, he can in fact shoot it twice. Just double checking. Alright, set a 14 and a 10. Both will widely miss, and they will hit the wall behind you. You can't hide me in here forever. I'm coming for you, Kobolds. I'm coming for you. That's
Oh no, I am so scared. Whatever will we do if he comes for us? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Alright, Skanuk, it's your turn.
Okay. Well. Randolpha sends her regards! I'm gonna try and see who reacts to that. How.
Okay.
Breathe a heavy sigh of relief.
Roll a perception. No, sorry, an insight check for me.
Anyone on that side, raise your hand. Yeah. Insight or perception, or just insight?
I'll let you use either, or...
Alright, perception. Oh,
Ah.
What?
You see a couple glances between the doors, but you can't tell if that's signifying anything. You were heard, though.
I feel heard. Well, we know she didn't have any quaggots, so
That's true. All right, that was just your free action. That was just calling it out.
okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast a spell here. What shall that spell be? What should that spell be? Yeah, no, I'm just going to cast Firebolt at this foremost quaggot here.
All right, go ahead and take a shot.
He is adjacent to Hawks,
Yes, he is.
which is a very foolish thing for him to be. Don't have want. So he'll take 12 fire damage.
Oof. Considering the previous damage he took before, he is not looking too great.
Okay, and then I will command. Yeah, I guess I'll command the flame thing to march. It's 15 feet. I don't suppose I can make it dash, can I? Probably not.
That's a good question. I think it. I
See,
thought
Eldritch
it
Cannon. Let me check.
could. Because it technically still has actions that it can do, so I assume a dash would be part of its basic actions that any creature can technically do. The answer should be yes, in my mind.
Well, in that case, if we're going to go with that, I'm going to have it move another 15 feet because, yeah, it's kind of slow normally. Going to have it march up to here. Doesn't fire, but it does get there.
Okay.
I guess I could have had it shoot that guy already. Yeah, I'll let it be there, and it'll maybe take some damage.
Alrighty. Really, that's a long distance. Alrighty.
You know what?
Hmm?
Canuck himself is going to. Canuck himself is going to run out a bit, and he's going to run over to here.
Putting yourself in the open. I see.
Putting myself in the open a bit. Thankfully, like the tower across the room can't see him, and a couple of these guys should be immersed at least, so not.
Yeah, a couple of these guys will be in sleet storm range for sure. They will probably step out of it, but they will have to avoid being prone first. These guys, however, can in fact fully see you. And it's their turn. So let's see. First off, at the start of turn, I need those two Duergar to make dex saves, so I'm going to do that real quick. 1, 2. Wow, what? Why am I rolling so high with a +0 bonus? That's fine. The one failed. So this one, this one, however, is gonna stumble out, gonna peer over the edge right here. See you. So out of
It's
normal
awkwardly.
range. These guys here. Let's see here. So let's see. This guy is gonna peek over the battlements. So to keep for reference of how high these actually are, I believe they are meant to be. Let's see here. They're 20 feet high. These towers. So these two right here. They are going to, let's see. One of them is going to shoot a javelin at this more injured Spore Servant. This is the one that you guys had fought previously, but stayed alive. So it's going to make a javelin attack against that Spore Servant. It's a +4. That's a 22 to hit the Spore Servant, so that's going to be a... For 2 points of piercing damage. It kind of nicks the side of it. One of them is going to take a shot at you, Skanuk. For a 6, that's going to miss.
Good.
Alright, and these two lads over here, they're going to, let's see here. They can, let's see, the short distance is 30. Long distance is 120. Let's see. They're just going to both try and knock this one down, try and knock out some of the other fighters. One of those 4s, that's going to be against the Quaggoth. See if that knocks it out. No. Minimum damage, let's go. Oh, wait, hold on, so that should have been a d20 roll. It's also a minimum damage roll, so if that hits. Which it does. It seems like, though, that all of them hitting with minimum damage do actually take it out. These other guards up here, they're just going to take the dodge action because they can't see anything. So they're going to hide and take cover behind their battlements, giving them a good chunk of cover. Around this corner over this way. Now, Hawks, you get a better look of things going on down here, which I will now reveal. You see a couple more Quaggoths down this way. And you also see, because your dark vision is 120 feet, yeah? You see those two Duergar shoving an Umber Hulk into a cage of some kind. And they kind of look in your direction, like dumbfounded, with big dumb looks on their faces. But out of down this way comes a familiar-looking sight, as another one of those Quaggoths with a metal plate on the side of its head steps up this way. Let's see here. What's it gonna do? Hey, Hawks. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, as it's gonna cast Heat Metal on you.
Yep. This will be +2 on the roll. Because I
Alright.
theoretically still have the Frost Rune active.
You should also have Emboldening Bond if that counts on saves. Let me double check.
Okay, well if it does, then
Yeah,
it's
it
a
does.
16.
It counts on saves.
Alright, so how much damage then?
That is 4 points of fire damage.
Alright. And that's if I pass the save, or...
You take the damage regardless. A con save is for dropping something, and that in this case would be the shield.
Okay.
Alright, that's its turn. Now for the regular Quaggle's turns. Let's see here. Their leader's got you. They are gonna start. They kind of turn towards the
Alright.
direction of their fallen brethren.
Okay, and I pass my concentration.
Okay, good. Alright, they're gonna start wandering this way. This one is too close into proximity with you to avoid risking an opportunity attack. These two are gonna try dashing this way to get up to you. One kind of trips over the crowbar that you threw in. As he ends his turn there. These two Quaggles, however, are going to take attacks against the Spore Servants. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 10 points of damage for the one Quaggith. Not bad. And then for the other Quaggith, that's 15 and 19, so 1d6 plus 3. 9, so it's 15 points of damage. Oof. We're looking real bad for that Spore Servant. But he soaks up the damage that probably would have gone to you. Scales, it is your turn.
So I'm going to dash over this way.
Alright.
And I don't have any bonus action spells. So I don't have Bardic Inspiration.
Paid.
Going to end my turn.
Oh. Oh, buddy. Okay. Meepo.
I'm going to kind of whisper to Scales. Scales, when you get in there, call out to Sonar and his sister to help you. I promise it'll go all right. And then I'm going to
Who? What is the Scales mine?
suppose I'll cast.
We'll see when it comes to your turn again.
I'm not in there, am I? The doors are they open?
The doors are open, yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of peek around the corner and see if any of these ones up here look hostile.
Sure, roll an insight check for me. Let's do that as a free action.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Hostility is something that a peace cleric is good at it, looking at, I guess.
So, you watch. So, unfortunately, you can't see any of the people on the far end of the room, but you do see the ones I've marked in red.
Mm-hmm.
They are still hostile. They are still looking. They're still attacking. But you notice that the way that they're fighting, they're specifically putting themselves at a distance and away and observing the situation intently, as if they're waiting for a shift of some kind. You get the sense they won't join your cause right away with the natural 20. They're the ones that are most affected. You could tell they are affected by what Skinnock said. But they're not fighting yet. You believe it's because they think they have the upper hand. If you've tipped the favor of the fight in your way, they might just change to your side.
Okay. I suppose I would step out and say, as my friend here says, Grandolpha sends her regard, and she asked us to come and clean up some pests. One of those pests being a man who happens to be wearing a Chartland crown he happened to break several times, destroying both the peace of his family and his people. And I've heard tell that Grandolpha wants to take over and restore that peace.
Okay, what are you trying to attempt here?
I'm attempting a persuasion.
Okay. Because of the current stage of the fight, do so with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, persuasion.
11. The ones who I have marked, they're considering your words. They're considering it, but they are not acting upon them yet. More time.
I'm going to step back behind here.
Okay.
Kind of hopefully getting half cover from some people or something like that.
Alrighty, because the sports servants technically should have gone before you, but I didn't descend them. You get to decide where they go and who they bop.
I do?
Anyone does. So this is your chance to strategize as a group where they go.
Yes. I think they should go after the Quaggoths.
Alright, so you just want them to swarm them?
I think that. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
I agree with that notion. Especially if they could help take down
This one.
this guy in particular right here. I'll have a shot at doing something interesting.
I know. I have an idea of what that might be.
Alright, so in this case, how many do you want to go after the Thonot, and how many do you want to go after these guys right here? Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yes, you have 5 left.
I think we want a lot of them to go after these ones, and then a couple of them to go after the Thonat.
Alright, so let's see what I can do for you here. So, this guy... Hang on, it's not I don't want to snap
I
the
suppose
corner.
these two here as well.
This guy can get right there, can get up to here. This guy can get up to there. And then these 3 will focus on these 2 right here. How's that sound?
That sounds alright.
All
And
right.
like attack this one and this one.
Yeah, specifically this guy. This dude in particular.
Ding.
Alright. In that
Who's
case...
theoretically taken a good amount of damage from a firebolt. But
Actually, in that case... Oh, yeah, well, I can't move that guy here because this guy's blocking. But I can at least have this guy right here take a stab at this guy. Alright. That's going to be a 1d20 plus 5 for the... Oh, no, hang on. That's not caps. So I'm going to attack the guy next to you because I can. 19 to hit will hit. So the sports servants only get 1 attack, but 9 points of damage. Is that enough? Why, yes, it is.
The plan is now viable.
I like viable plans.
Let's see. This guy is going to attack the guy next to him.
Oh, I was also trying to be loud enough to be heard by what's his name when I was doing my little speech. By the way.
Alright, he has not replied just yet, but he probably will on his turn.
Right.
6 points of damage to this boyo right here, who is still somewhat healthy. Spore servants are going to smack on. Everybody's just going to swarm this guy right here. Just go on and smack him. Just gonna roll 3 at once. 1, 2, 3, and no, only one gets through. That makes me sad. That's fine. He'll still take 7 points of damage for the spore servants as they start swarming that Quaggoth. So we already did your turn, Meepos. So from the north, you hear this awful wheezing and whirring of metal. Clang, 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 snapping of pincers, grinding of iron. As you see these 3 creatures emerge from the north passageway. I'll blow up a picture here. A dwarf, a duergar, trapped inside, I suppose I can't really describe it as anything other than a miniature iron battle suit of some kind, but it seems like it is in immense pain. It does not seem to be fully in control of its faculties as it groans blindly as it heads this direction. Clang, clang, clang. They'll have to dash to get up to here, though. And that is their turn. Hawks.
Okay, so from my perspective, this guy can't take an opportunity attack because he's in some heavily obscured terrain.
Correct.
I'm also going to drop the Sleet Storm.
Okay.
It will still be obscured because of the steam, as you said.
Yes, so let me move that a little bit here. Shrink it down just ever so slightly. But yes, continue.
Okay, I am going to use my action surge to take the dash action.
Okay.
To get right here. I will jump across this gap and get right next to him.
Okay. I will say, if you're doing that, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for Over the Forge. 15? Okay, you're fine. As you leap through, you feel some of the heat kind of burn you as you jump over. But thankfully, you're not deterred. That's not the right word. You're not distracted.
Deterred.
Yes, you're not deterred by the fire, and you manage to jump over anyway. And you land next to an individual that you sense.
Okay. I'm going to take the attack action, and for my first attack of the attack action, I'm going to attempt to grapple.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Where is his? Okay. All right. As you reach down, you feel a pluck of something. He's like, "Get your hands off me, you filth!"
Okay, so I have 10 feet of movement and another attack left, and I am going to dangle him over the molten metal. And I'm going to tell him, call off all of your soldiers and tell us everything about the dragon, or you take a dip.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
I think I might have... I know... Let me see here. Let me just double check something real quick, because I might have intimidation advantage from one of these. Yes, I have advantage on charisma intimidation for the frost rune. Which is good, because I don't have any bonuses to it normally. But 19.
19. There is a silence for a moment. You want to know about the dragon? Sure. I'll tell you all you want to know. Race me. I'll call him off.
Can I insight that?
Sure can.
I also have advantage on insight.
You too? 16? Lying like the dog that he is.
You can't call him off, can you?
Why would I want to? It's doing my job for me. Soon all the 10 towns will be a burning waste, and I'll rule over the Dale as my own kingdom, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Okay, he's in the lava now.
So there's nothing anyone can do about it as he drops into the molten metal.
Yep, I throw him in there. I'm not even gonna just let go of him. I am pushing him into it. I will risk a little bit of fire damage.
Alright, roll, Alright, if you're shoving him in, alright, sure. Alright, you shove him in. Let's see here. How much... it does tell me how much damage it is, actually, to shove it in the forge. Okay, not as much as I expected. Alright, you're gonna take... And he will take... 9 points of fire damage. To be fair, you're having a hard time seeing exactly where the lava is. You feel the heat, but it's like, You're shoving him by the boots, essentially. You're kind of getting him, like ankle deep. You also take 9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That tickles.
Alright, is there any chance I can use my other attack action to bop him?
I'll say because you kind of just dropped him to release the grapple, I'll let you do that.
Okay.
I'll say he would technically be here, and yeah, he would be there.
And he can't see me, so I'm attacking with advantage.
You are.
Bop, 13. Plus 2 because of the ice rune.
Plus
15?
2?
Have you used Emboldening Bond this turn?
I have not.
You have not. Roll it. So you have the plus 2 from the... where's the plus 2 coming from the ice rune? I'm sorry.
It should be not the ice rune, the frost rune, because that lasts for 10 minutes, and it's all ability checks that use strength or constitution.
Oh, it's one of your Rune Knight abilities. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The ice rune, plus the plus 1 from the D4. You just hit him at AC of 16.
Okay. So that's 9 slashing, and then 2 more for being giant.
All right. You knock him again.
And, I guess I could also use my bonus action to shield pummel him and try and keep him prone in the magma.
Your shield is also burning.
That is true.
That's true. I'm hitting him with a shield that is burning. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep him down.
Same roll as last time, too, which I think is funny. Same roll as last time for him, too. Funnily enough.
So he is prone in the lava.
Ah! Alright, so he's gonna start his
Plus,
turn
this
there.
is rough terrain.
True.
Yep.
So he's gonna take an extra amount of fire damage. It seems like you knocked him on his butt near the edge of it rather than fully submerged. But that's still a lot of fire damage for very little effort. As you hear the clanking and feel his presence move out of the forge fire. Let's see here. I need to double check something really quick.
Oh, actually, I have resistance to fire damage.
From your fire
So
rune,
I should have taken,
or from the Gift of Frost.
from the boots, the ice rune boots. So I actually should have only taken 4 damage from that. So
Alright, go ahead and change that to reflect that.
Oh, and the heat metal.
oh, that's
Yeah.
true. So I only took 1 damage from the heat metal then. That's
Useful, useful.
Hmm.
Now you're a true tank.
Hmm. Decisions. Ah! Here's one.
Let them fight.
Come at me, you scaly little shit. Let's see here. Let me see.
I'll have you know that Hawks is technically a large ship at this point in time.
Well, for him, he's a bit of a different kind of shit to this boy. Let's see. Normally, that's an action, but for this guy, let me see here. Yeah. You just feel a looming presence beside you. Skinak, it's your turn.
All right. I don't like that these people are here. That is no bueno. No bueno. They're also adjacent to me, so I can't really shoot at them. But I can cast Shatter.
Aha!
Because hopefully, them being giant metal men, this will fuck up their mechs especially. So, boop. So 23 damage on a DC 15 con save.
Alright, they're gonna have disadvantage because they're mostly made of metal, despite the fleshy components. Let's see here. What is their con? Gotcha. Alright, here we go. $13, a 4, and a 5. They all fail. Yeah, they were all gonna fail despite not. Yeah, they were even with disadvantage, which I would have rolled next. They rolled pretty low anyway.
Cool.
Yes, they all failed. 19 points of damage. They look absolutely blasted by that cacophonous roar.
Okay. Then Skanuk is gonna run away? Really? Yeah.
Alright. Attack of opportunity from the Hammerer if you do so.
Give me the thing. Oh, you know what? It'll be fine. It'll have to be fine. Okay, Skanuk is gonna scurry along
Alright.
this way.
Alright,
Back to
attack
the
of
door.
opportunity. 22.
Okay.
Got any shields left in you?
I do have a shield left in me. It's probably worth it, yeah. So I'll cast shield. My AC is 25 for this turn. So
Right.
screw him.
That'll miss. So you avoid taking 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage from the hammer. That's good.
Okay. That is great. Cool. I'll use my bonus action to direct the machine. Which I guess will move... I guess where it is, it can still hit them. Hey, Hawks, you want that heat metal gone now?
that would be nice.
Okay, so it's going to march up 1 square, possibly 2 squares. Let me get a template out real quick.
Oh, actually, here, let me just move this over here and you can probably use that.
Oh, wait.
Oh, never mind. There we go.
There's one. Cool. Let's see. He can go... Does that enough to get them, or should he move forward a bit more?
I'd say that's enough. That's fine.
Yeah. So,
Alright, Dex saving throws. Here we go. 1 and 2. That's a failure for both.
excellent. Fire.
Ouch! Owie! 13 points of damage. Owie.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Templates for everyone.
Alright, this guy's looking... He's looking pretty hurt. But the Thonot took a little bit of damage. Clearly had not been damaged yet, so he's still semi-healthy. And he needs to make a con save for the heat metal. So let's see. His con is +3, so let's hope he fails a DC 10 save. That is a natural 20, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
But a good shot, nonetheless.
We should respect some of it, except we don't. Let's see.
Alright, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope. I used my full movement, action, and my bonus action, so I'm all tapped out.
Alright, fair enough. Now it's the Duergar guards' turns.
Did they hear the sound of screaming and sizzling from their boss being dunked?
Sure did, and they're gonna fucking throw some javelins in your direction with disadvantage. All of these guys. All of them.
Really not willing to back us up after your boss got just manhandled? He's getting swirlied in lava.
Oh, they heard him scream alright. They're going to defend their king. Unless you see him like pretty wounded, they're probably gonna keep on fighting for now.
Great.
So, let's see, 1. Oh wait, hold on. I don't think I made that guy get up for being prone, but I'm gonna see if he stays prone anyway. Oh no, wait, hold on. The ice isn't there anymore. Never mind, he gets up. You know what though? I think... Nah, these guys are gonna go after you too, Hux. You have the gall to attack their king. Let me just make sure I count out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 javelins. All of them are going to be disadvantage. Oh boy, this is going to be nightmare. +4. +4. Alright. So, first one. 6 will miss. 10. Oh no, 5 with the natural 1. 10. So the top 3 miss entirely. The ones in the northeast one. 11. 9. 14. And the ones in the southeast for 13. 9. And an 8. Shoo, 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 shoo. Coming. Ting, 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 ting. Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. You just hear a confused. You just hear a grumbled, "Bloody idiots!" These 3 over here, though, the ones that didn't participate in the Hawks genocide, they're going to
Attempted.
attempted
Failed, let's be honest.
attempted Hawks murder. These guys are going to throw some javelins at these boys right here.
Kobold side.
Yeah, so let's see here. Kobold side is going to be 15 for the leftmost Spore Servant, and 18 for the leftmost. Let's see, roll d6 +3. Oh, no, not d6. What is d6 +1, not +3? Let's see, +7, 6. It's almost dead. And then the third one's also going to hit the leftmost one to knock it out. Fortunately, they're going for the ones that took the most damage. The other 2 Spore Servants, the ones that are down there, have the full 45 health. Or near 45. 20 plus 4, that'll hit.
Stay in. No.
4, okay, so that Spore Servant will also go down. That is the Duergar Guard's turn. Now it is the Thonut's turn. Hawks needs to make another con save.
Do you have
Okay.
advantage on that? Or +2?
I have +2.
Okay. Okay, so you pass the save, so you don't need to drop the weapon. You do still take 6 points of fire damage, reduced down to 3 because of your resistance.
Yep.
Alright. These guys are going to start swarming the Spore Servants. 1d20 plus 5 for 2 attacks each. Oh! And then the top one. Yeah, all those are going to hit. Oh, God, that's going to be nasty. So that is 2d6 plus 3. And then 1d6 plus 3. And then the... 6, 12, 16, and then 22. 22 points of damage against this one right here. All right. This one had also been injured. That Spore Servant is also down. This one right here is going to attack your little turret, actually, Skanuk.
Okay.
For 2 times. 21 and 19.
Both will hit.
Okay.
That's fortunate.
So your turret is going to take 12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Alright, and the last Quaggoth... Actually, no, not the last Quaggoth. These 2 guys up here still have some sway. Man, there's a lot of... if you couldn't tell, this fight is very big. Having to do my best. Let's see here. So the one that is below the Spore Servant will actually miss both times for this one right here. So it's going to miss that one. Now over these Quaggoths over here, they are going to attack this Spore Servant right here for 4 times each. They're going to swarm in. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, 2 times. 1, 2. 1 hit, 1 miss. And then 2 hits, so 3 hits total. 1d6 plus 3. Boom, boom, boom. 16, 14, 20. Shit. Alright, okay, that's enough to down that one too. Okay. That's the Quaggoth's turn. Whew, they did some damage. Scales, it's your turn.
I'm going to...
Oh. All right. Man, these guys just got dunked on. So hard.
We didn't want them.
No, you didn't. Rightfully so. Oh shit, what's their con again? I just forgot. Hang on. Let me double check. What was their con? +1. Oh gosh.
I feel like the scrap parts are probably pretty enticing for Skanuk as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So with disadvantage, going from left to right. Oof, no. No. 15?
Yes.
Okay, so the one on the far right succeeds. What's your damage? Wow, surprisingly, does not take them out, but they are basically falling apart at the seams for the most part. Like they're like one of them drops like part of its helmet, and, like you see the Duergar head kind of loll out from the centerpiece. They're not doing great. Oops, okay, there we go. Perfect, got it. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Very successful turn. Now it's your boys' turns. You want them to go that way, huh? They are engaged currently.
Sorry, no. I was marking distance. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Do you want them to just continue thwacking away? I assume?
Might as well.
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one. This one's the most damaged. This poor boyo's all by himself, so he's gonna do his best, or it's gonna do its best because the plant doesn't really have a gender. Oof. Oh, buddy. The Spore Servant, kind of like losing a little bit of its health, just kind of playfully slaps the Quacketh in front of it, and the other Quacketh just looks in confusion. This one. Oh gosh, these guys are still pretty healthy for the most part. This one's the most damaged though, right there. So it's gonna try and smack him. Which will hit, so that'll do it. For 9 points of damage. He's not dead yet, but that really hurt him. All right, that puts some work in. Good job. Fortunately, those are the only Spore Servants you have left. Those two. Which brings you to Meepo.
I'm gonna do something a little drastic.
Alright.
This is behind a wall, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna kind of duck back there. And then I'm going to...
Oh. Who are you disguising yourself as, Meepo?
I'm disguising myself as, Grandolpha.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to walk in and say in Dwarvish,
Oh, you do speak Dwarf.
"What's all this ruckus here? Ah, I see. It started then." And I'm gonna say, to the king, "You lout! You in there?"
Grandolpha! My love!
8! Beep!
Oh! My heart! Okay, I would like you to make a deception check with advantage.
Deception's at the top because it starts with D.
13. Okay. What's their
Not my
wisdom?
wheelhouse.
True, but let's see. They have a flat bonus. One moment.
I mean, not everybody's... Is the king gonna roll as well?
No, he's too heartbroken.
Okay. That's fine.
How could you?
Maybe that'll
After
distract him.
all the gifts I gave you.
He wouldn't be able to see me anyway, he'd just hear the voice.
Right, just hear us. You are speaking in Dwarvish, which does give some credence to your lie. Let's see. He's more focused with Hawks at the moment. Though a clever plan it was, it seems the dwarves, even the ones loyal to you, you assumed would be, they sent some things off. It's a little too convenient. Unfortunately, clever as it was, it seems it has not given anything to fruition. I am sorry, Meepo.
I'm gonna keep the disguise up for now.
Sure. It may still come in handy. Now it's the Hammer's turns.
At least they probably won't attack until they're sure. I don't know. That's my guess.
I guess may not be as good as you think.
Well, the guards up there.
Actually, hold on. Actually, hold on. I take that back. One moment.
Ooh, do the hammers roll differently? Roll separately?
Well, no, there's a specific mention that I just remembered. Hang on. Oh, hang on.
That's how
No.
much we worried or not.
The hammers look in your direction, and they walk past you.
I just stand there.
They do dash down here, though. That is their
Internally,
turn.
my
though.
knees are talking.
Yep. So your disguise actually helped you out there. Very good. That would have been very bad for you to be swarmed by them. Hawks, it's now back to you. Oh, actually, hold on. At this point... I'd say at this point, the steam cloud has now gone away.
How hurt is he looking?
I will show you. Oh, if I can move that out of the way, thank you. Do. That's not the one I wanted.
Oh, did you drop the ice for the
Yeah, I did a while ago.
system? Okay, I didn't
He
notice
certainly has taken some damage, but he is a hardy creature. It seems like, despite all that, he is still kicking and ready for a fight.
Okay.
He's made of sterner stuff than his Duergar minions.
Alright.
And keep in mind as well, let me double check heat metal really quickly. One moment. If you succeed the con save, you still have disadvantage on your attacks.
that. Is it on weapons for that?
So we're holding right object. Let's see here. You succeed the con save, so you don't drop the object. If you don't drop the object, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Okay. But dropping the shield is an action.
Correct.
So... Okay, I'm going to use my last use of Draconic Roar then.
Alright.
So these will be at neutral, and I am going to swap my Battle Axe for the Bloodfang Javelin and make 2 attacks.
Okay. Oh. You do still have the
+2?
emboldening bond and the +2, so the second one would hit.
Okay. So that's 8 piercing, 3 cold, and then 1 more damage for being big, and then he needs to make his save.
Okay. Alright. Decent chunk, and for his con save... Let's see here. He is a healthy boy. That's why he has so much health. A 17. Unfortunately, he does still manage to retain some of his composure. Nice try, buddy boy.
What is your health looking like, Hawks?
I have 21, I think.
Ooh.
22.
Oh boy.
Alright. Is that your turn?
That is my turn. I have nothing else I can really do.
As the steam clears, he'd be able to see me in my disguise there.
Indeed he would. You know what? Hold on. I need to roll something as well. Hang on. Actually, no, this will be a secret roll. Secret roll. Secret roll.
Secret roll, secret roll, secret roll.
Grandolpha! I gave you everything! A alliance! My love! How could you do this to me? Oh well. I'll just move someone else. He's gonna backhand you across the face, Hawks.
Okay?
You got over that pretty quickly.
You imagine someone who kills his own sons doesn't seem to be very good for affection.
Thanks.
Let me
Is
see.
that 17 the attack roll?
No, that was his con save for the javelin.
I see. Does he have to make a con save for concentrating on enlarge?
Oh, that's a good question. Hang on.
I don't know how that works with Dwergar's like natural enlarge.
For 1 minute, Zardoz mind like magic increases in size. It seems like this is not the enlarge spell. This is just a racial ability in the stat block. So it is not actually the enlarge spell, so he does not need to make con saves for it.
Okay.
Basically, it's kind of like your Giant's Might in a way.
Right, just that the player character version of the Dwergar uses the enlarge spell.
Yeah, it's a bit different for the Duergar here. For him, you imagine it's a bit different too. Alrighty, so he is going to smack you twice with his gauntlet. He's going to reel back and backhand you for 16.
Misses.
Alright, it clangs against the back of your shield, and it starts to, as he kind of grips it, kind of crunches down on it, you kind of throw him off. He will go in for a second one, kind of reeling back and going for a forward punch for a soft 20.
20 will hit.
Right, Meepo, he is in fact a psychopath. So as he is enlarged, that is going to be...
I really wish I could use Runic Shield on myself, but it specifies another creature.
You take 8 points of piercing damage as like some of the spiked knuckles pierce into your shoulders. It pierces your armor. I'll break you like she broke my heart. And that is his
There's
turn.
a song in there somewhere.
Sknuk.
Okay. Whew. Do I want to try and kill? I need to try and break the heat metal more than I need to try and kill these three things, don't I? Oh dear. I guess I could always use. I'm torn. I'm torn in many directions. All right. All right.
Honestly, at this point, your cannon can probably hit a lot in that
The
direction.
cannon could delete the three hammers and quite a lot more probably.
In fact, you could
But-
actually not, in fact, harm your Spore Servant friend and just hit those lads.
Yep, it's a pretty good one, but that means the heat metals is still up.
That is true.
I haven't
Okay.
taken that much for it, and at least until next turn, that disadvantage won't come into play because the roar will still be active.
So eventually we're going to do that, but like order of operations, it's after my turn. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to take aim on Zardok's Thumbblight, and I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
So that is 3 spell attacks with advantage.
Oh, that's right, because he's got the roar, and you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
So spell attack.
That will hit.
Mhm.
It's just the 8, right?
Oh,
And then,
Are you using the emboldening bond?
I
I think it's
You're only
calculated.
able to use it
I've
once
seen-
per turn, so.
Oh, I had not understood that. Okay, I thought it
It's
was
okay.
normal.
The second one still hits with advantage.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, and then the third one, and I think that the arcane firearm only adds to the first.
Okay, so then in that case,
This will also be
14, 12, and 11.
14, 12, and 11.
okay, that is that's some big boy damage right there. That's max damage on the second one, and then almost max on the third. Whew.
Mhm.
And then the arcane on the first one basically makes that near max anyway. Damn.
Yep.
Okay.
It's 37 points of fire damage.
Ooh, boy. That really hurt him. You see fire, as you hit him with the fire, some fire starts to well up in his own body. He's too far away. So it's like he was about to do something but sees your distance. It's at that moment that you knock him low that you see a shift in the towers.
Is
They
my
just hit-
natural 20 insight still running?
Oh yeah, they're turning, and I'll do one better.
I just realized that this guy might actually lose.
Yep. It's their turn next too. Even better.
Okay. So let's go
Good.
to the stream list.
These rolls.
Nikki continues to roll Nikki dice. As is her
Yeah.
tradition.
Oh, she's rolling in.
Did you see her character rolls in the general chat on Discord?
No, I don't. Hang on.
17, 11, 15, 10, 15, 8.
What is this?
Good stuff. It's good
What is
stuff.
this?
It's Nikki rolls.
And then you have. I am still terrified that I managed to roll 4 10s, an 11, and a 12.
Terribly cursed. Yeah, sorry. For anyone who's watching this on YouTube later, it's a different one shots being on
Different thing.
Saturday. It's fine.
My
Don't worry about
apologies.
it. Don't worry about it. No, we don't apologize. It's. I'm glad you brought that to my attention because that's hilarious. Anything else you're doing on your turn though? Oh, hold on. The fire. Hang on. These
Yeah,
boys.
that was my action. Do I want to do a bonus action? I mean, not a bonus action. I want to do a movement. Fuck it, we're going to do a movement. Skulk is going to run up. Going to run up here.
Skitter.
Hopefully draw some of that fire. And then the cannon is going to just laser all of these lads, hopefully.
All right. I pre-rolled your saves. I'm pretty sure those are all failures.
Yep, DC 15.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
Love to see it.
Deals 4 fire damage, which you don't love to see.
That's fine. That's fine. Because these two are dead anyway. This one still lives, but not by much. And this,
Excellent.
yeah, this boy right here. That means 4 damage. He's okay. But you took out 2 of the hammers. That counts for something.
Yeah, it's 4 damage over 4 targets, so it's 16.
Yeah, if you think about it that way, it's a lot better.
Yeah. So that was action, bonus action, and movement, so I'm done.
All right. Now the power shifts.
Excellent.
Treachery! Treason! And now they're all distracted.
It's treason, then.
So now none of them will be attacking any of you.
Excellent.
The balance of power shifts. Also, this boy right here. Ah! He was just standing there watching the whole time.
This runs.
I
Quick
quick question,
Yes?
which may or may not help us,
Yeah.
but I thought I'd mention it. Are these guys involved in this at all?
Which guys?
Pinging.
Guards. You're
They're not getting
Invisible.
involved.
Fair enough.
there's shit to do. I respect it.
I don't know. You may have had something to do with a certain name being mentioned.
Right. Well, I'm okay with that.
Just imagining these two dwarf are like continuing to wrestle the Umber Hulk into his cage while like fire and explosions and screaming happen behind them. I don't see nothing. Don't hear nothing.
It's none of my business.
There's this big bug here. It's gonna eat me if I don't get it in here quick.
You want me to not contain the Umber Hulk? I cannot contain the Umber Hulk.
I'm doing my job. I don't need to do that. All right. So now it is the Thonot's turn. Hey, Hawks, I'm gonna need you to make another con save, buddy.
Ow, that's a lot of damage, but I take half of it.
Okay, so you don't need to drop the thing. You don't need to use your action to drop it. So
I
you
mean-
good?
Isn't it normally like if you use like heat metal makes it a reaction to drop whatever it is?
I think it's like a just you could just drop it. I think. Maybe that's the way it is. Hang on.
That would kind of be helpful. But it would also be-
succeed. Drop the object if it can. So I assume because you can, I assume you just can drop it if you want. But I assume you don't want to lose the AC.
Nope. I'm keeping it on for now.
Fair enough. Quagget's turn. Quagget's not like fire.
Good.
They're going to take an attack of opportunity from that one spore guy. They're not really worried too much about him right now. Or, well, they will be.
They should have been.
It should have been. Well,
Oh, maybe not.
maybe
To some
not.
extent.
Maybe not. This guy's
My-
like... Go ahead, sorry.
Mild amounts of worry.
Slight concern. Let's see here. Alright. Flurry of attacks. Do-do-do-do.
Not a roof, my boy.
14 and a 19.
The 19 will hit.
Okay, 19, so one goes through, and then the next one, soft 20.
That will also hit.
And then those will miss. So only 2 get through.
Oh, cool. Means it's probably still up.
Okay, you
Oh, yeah,
take... Yeah, you're fine. 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so it's down to 10 health, but it's resumable. I can deal with that.
Yeah, these boyos... You know what? The Thonot's gonna... You know what, actually? The Thonot, seeing what's happening over here, is gonna go this way. But he's not... It's not non-hostile. These other Quaggets are gonna join him. And one of
Does
them is gonna take
this
an
one
attack.
get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, I was just about to do so.
Okay.
You can only do one. That's a shame. I will miss, unfortunately. Let's see here. Was that a yes? Yes. Do you have Sanctuary at Meepo?
I do not.
Alright. That's unfortunate. The Thonot is gonna smack you 2 times. Out of my way, dwarf! Do-do-do-do. Why is it every time that I manage to hit you, every other time I crit you?
That crit, you're gonna reroll that die for Runic Shield.
Thank
And I have one last use of Runic Shield.
Saved Meepo's life.
Okay, 10, that misses.
Just her life, but possibly her immortal soul.
Alright, so you will
The power of Hawks.
My AC's 15 FYI. So,
Alright, you take 7 points of slashing damage for the one that did go through though.
okay. Can
And
live with 7 points.
yeah, those
For now.
other quaggers are gonna smack you too.
Oh, do they all go on the same turn?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, this goes-
Actually, well, they went on the term after the Thonot, so it's the turn after. It's
Not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. Boo. 16?
16 hits. 18 hits.
So that's 3 attacks going through then. That is
Concern.
that is unfortunate. Alright,
Do I have any reactions?
5.
Just a second, double checking reaction stuff.
Okay.
17 damage total.
$17 total damage. I'm still up.
Okay. They're looking
Well,
at you
how you looking?
menacingly.
They are looking menacing.
Scales. There's a big problem heading your way.
run here.
Mm-hmm. You will get an attack of opportunity from this boil right here.
Okay.
Just one, though. Just one. Just one little opportunity attack. 23.
It was not a 20.
It was not 20. You take 4 points of slashing damage.
Oh, that's a fun circle.
Yeah, that's a nice looking
like
circle.
I like that circle.
Man,
That's a fun circle.
where's it gonna go, I wonder? Hmm. Wait, it disappeared.
I believe it. I have made
She's
my
calculated.
estimations.
I see.
Termination prepared. Let's see.
Alright, what you thinking, Scales?
Oh, is this guy self?
Vicious mockery!
Ooh.
For the first time, you all hear a surprising boldness coming from this scared little kobold. Alright, that is a wisdom saving throw. He actually gets a bonus.
Hurt
to this.
door.
That is a 12. That is a failure. Ooh, max damage too.
Does that have any cantrip progression?
No, it does not.
Wait, it should. It's a cantrip, so it should actually have. You should actually be another D4.
Does Vicious Mockery get the cantrip progression, or
Yeah,
is it just...
it's a cantrip.
Oh,
so,
it does. Cool.
Yeah, so roll another
Cool,
D4.
Yay.
Excellent.
Ooh, nice. Another 3.
And he has advantage on the next attack roll.
Sure does.
So much.
Here, he's gonna. Hold on. Oh, my feelings!
My heart. My soul.
Oh no, my mouse.
My mouse.
No, legitimately, my mouse. It fell off the side.
That's unfortunate.
Hang on 1 second. Everything's falling apart. Okay. Alright, it's fixed. Alright, I got it. Alright. Cool. You can tell at this point he's looking pretty rough. He looks heavily wounded, and his eyes are darting towards this door down here that he exited from. That's your turn, Scales.
Yes.
You have a bonus action?
Nope.
Yeah, I believe he used up his bardic inspirations.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I meant for the, not for bardic inspiration, but for the, calling for help.
I'm not gonna use that because it would not make any sense.
Okay. We both told you, that's okay.
That, like, it doesn't make sense for you to tell me to call out to some random thing.
I just did. So,
It literally doesn't make sense.
sorry.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, okay. It's now the Spore Servant's turn. Let's see here. Yeah, he's just gonna smack the one that's harassing Meepo.
Can he? Is it perhaps too fine detail to ask him to move to the left a bit, or is that?
Oh, you can tell him to move. That's fine. That's not too You can't
No, he
command
would
him after
take-
all. Like here,
Would he get how like fucked up would he get by that? How damaged is he?
he's actually not very damaged at all.
Okay, cool. Yes, then him moving to the side might be slightly advantageous.
Like there, is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Even down was fine. It was just like that specific square is the outer edge.
Gotcha. All right, so he's going to deal. Oh, that.
So if he can smack.
Oh, come on. Do more than minimum damage, please.
Well, if he's smacking the Thonot, that's pretty.
Well, unfortunately,
Where's the
it
map?
was this one up here that was doing the smacking.
Fair enough.
This one down here. If you want, this guy's pretty healthy. If you want him to take the opportunity attack, he can smack the Thonot.
What do you think, guys?
I think that if I can get advantage on these next attack rolls, I could have a real devastating turn against this guy. So if there's any hope at all of getting this guy off of heat metal, I wasn't too concerned about it before, but it's looking like it's looking like I could potentially make this happen if I don't have the disadvantage.
Okay. Well, if he can like run up, smack, and then continue going up, or even just standing there, it's not the end of the world if he gets killed.
He also does not have a whole lot of damage against him.
That's good.
Alright, here we go. Smack. 21 to hit. 7 points of damage against the Thonot. Looking a bit bloodied. Now he needs to make a con save. Let's hope for the best.
So then, okay.
That is a 16. That is very unfortunate. Still, a good try.
Can that guy also take a step up after doing that, or is that
Oh yeah, he can, like right there.
fair enough?
As far as he can go. Meepo! Bad situation. Very bad. Bad.
Is this the point where Meepo casts Fireball and just annihilates everyone?
Are you muted, Steven?
No, I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. You were just thinking, considering your next course of action.
Cast Sanctuary.
Probably a smart decision. Alright, cast Sanctuary on yourself. As your bonus action, what would you like to do for your action?
Does Skanuk look injured from when I healed him before the battle?
I am, but I have also not taken damage this fight. So
Despite my best efforts. I kid.
what can I say?
I'm sorry, but like, not at you particularly, but like the torrent of javelins against Hawks, just whiffing, just is imprinted in my mind.
So that Balm of Peace would also get this Spore Servant right here as well.
Oh yeah, it would.
Maybe a little bit of danger zone.
Danger zone.
And I'll go this way. Let's see. Measuring.
Those guys all have better shots to do.
Oh shoot! I deleted the hammer that had the initiative. Gosh darn it!
There.
It was
They
minus
were
one.
-1, right?
They were.
Yeah.
I rolled. I think I pretty much rolled a natural one for them off screen.
Excellent.
Then my regular movement, I will move.
All right, the Spore Servants healed back
There.
up. Alright, not as much in the danger zone because these guys are, well, shall we say, occupied at the moment. Let's see here. Yeah, alright, that's your turn. Which means it is the hammer's turn, and that'll be Hawks' turn. The one singular hammerer left. Let's see here.
He's having a bad day.
Yeah, he's gonna make 2 attacks against you, Scales, because you're right there. One d20, that's 5. He's gonna make a claw attack against you, and then a hammer attack. 21 and a 15 to hit you.
Both will hit.
Unfortunate. Alright. That's going to be 1d6 plus 3 for the claw. This pincer-like claw goes to try and pinch you across the midsection for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the hammer is going to come bopping down upon your head for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And that is its turn. It's going to stand there menacingly. Well, Hawks, it's time for a moment of glory. Yes?
So Scales doesn't know about this yet, but Hawks does. And Hawks has kind of been hesitant to call on them because he's maybe wasn't the closest to Sonar. But yes, as a bonus action, I will call upon Zolaria to make an attack against Mr. Sunblight, and he's roared still. So
okay, so this is going to be a straight roll because of the ranged attack roll in close range.
Indeed. +5 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
On D20 +5. Please hit.
Ah. For a moment, you smell upon your nostrils amid the smoke and flame a faint scent of ginger and lemon, as opposed to Sonar's pumpkin spice. You see a radiant celestial bowstring taut behind you, and then an arrow let loose. But Zardarok catches it in his hand, dispersing it.
So is this happening from my space specifically? Is it counting as though I'm making the attack?
Correct. It's basically coming from your space.
Okay. Alright, I just want to clarify that there isn't some technicality where, like, she could be standing in one of the spaces non-adjacent or something, but...
It's like her spirit is above you in that sense.
Okay. Alright, well, not much else to do than to lay into him and hope some of this sticks then.
Alright, make your rolls of destiny.
Yes!
Yes!
Alright, and that's 2d4 for the Giant's Might as well, so...
Okay.
7, 8, 9 piercing, 12 cold.
Well, what's the
Maximum
total?
cold damage.
And potentially a permanent injury, lingering injury.
What's the total?
That's 9 piercing and 12 cold, so 21 damage.
How would you like to kill Zardarok Sunblight, Tyrant of the Dale?
So the thing is, I still have a second attack, and I think it would be real fun to move myself here, impale him with the spear, and then kick him off of it into, onto the ground.
Alright. As you strike through him, he grasps with his clawed hand the javelin. You push him further against this black anvil right here, close to the fire. The forge fire sizzling his beard, burning it up. You can't stop it. No one can. And then you push him in fully, submerging his head under the fire. his broken crown turning to slag in the flames.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I rolled broken ribs, so I guess if I impaled him through the chest, that
Ooh,
that makes a little bit of sense.
That does, actually. It's kind of funny.
thematic AF.
Very thematic. Okay.
And Hawks will hold up his javelin after doing this into the air, and he will shout out, "Put down your arms. The citadel now belongs to the old lady."
All right. As combat comes to a close.
Am I still being cooked by the quagga at this point, though?
Yeah, you watch the quag, it flips you off as it leaves the room.
Haha, no. If he's going to do that, my turn comes first.
Sure it does. Go ahead.
You can drop the spell or you can get shattered. Your choice.
What's his health at? No thanks, I choose life. And he drops the spell.
Thank you,
Alright.
and fuck off.
Fuck you! You haven't seen the last of us, Kobolds. Hope you don't die.
That's supposed to mean anything? Do you even have a name, or are you just kind of a shithead? Because you look like you're just kind of a shithead here.
None of your damn business!
Alright, bye-bye, Mr. Business.
It's a weird name.
That's not a bad name, boss. Shut up!
I'm just gonna go right on the shorts.
None of your damn is the first name.
Ah, yes. None of your damn. Business. Alright. You watch as the remaining Duergar guards drop their weapons and put their hands in the air. And the other Duergars kind of like smugly kind of grin and side glance at them.
The cannon lived, despite all expectations.
You see this guy up here kind of boom downward. Well done, Kobolds. I will report this to Grandolpha. We will soon be packing up. We suggest you finish whatever business you have here.
Yep, move the bodies.
Alright, and they start walking out this way. But what about the others? We'll let the kobolds deal with that.
What?
Nothing.
What did he say about what about?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, like I did not hear.
Well, I was kind of like muttering it as well, like to make sure like you couldn't
Fair
completely
enough.
hear it.
Sounded kind of like it might be ice. Like others.
I'm just gonna make all these like GM layer, so I don't have to worry about them. Insight. Me putting that 20. You get the sense there are other Duergar down some of these passageways, and they're gonna let you deal with them. Let you break the news to them. They're busy.
I'll take one of the spiked gauntlets as a kind of trophy and proof of victory.
Skanaka's taking the other one.
You sure do. The arm has burned off at the elbow, leaving just a slight meaty reminder on the inside of the gauntlet.
Ooh, fun. I'll take that whole thing. Be a nice snack.
Oh no.
So this is where the dragon will go when it needs repairs.
If it needs repair. See.
If it needs repairs.
You look down on it, it does seem to fit the general shape of the dragon, with all the cranes and winches. It does seem to fit that general mold. And you see, further down to the south, there is in fact a sort of cylindrical, I suppose, container or receptacle. And surrounding that receptacle are several random shards of chardolin. Some of them, funnily enough, seems to be... One of them resembles a statue of a demonic-looking figure. Some of them just look like random bits and pieces. They're all quite scattered, and some of them seem to have been like perhaps prototypes for like a different type of claw, different type of wing, but have been discarded and are just left behind. These two down here, just get into cage. Just don't mind us. They're not bothering you. They're doing their thing.
I want to look around and see if there's... Like, obviously this has, like, a bunch of cranes and winches and tools and stuff. But I want to, like, take a closer look at it and see if there's... You know, if it's the place that the dragon is going to return to, that maybe there's something up with it, something that'll be, you know, more to its functioning.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. Go ahead and roll an investigation or Arcana check, your choice.
I'm bad at both of those.
Yeah. Meepo, as you kind of touch the charlatan, just the very touch of it just sends chills on your spine. You quickly just toss it in there just to be free from its touch. 2, you don't get the sense of anything like that, at least to your knowledge. At the very most, it maybe seems like the dragon can... It seems like there are indentations where the dragon can land, but other than that, you don't sense any other function.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're not sure of anything either way. Skanuk, I see something has caught your attention.
Forge, you say? Forge? Forge.
Yes. A very special forge, in fact. So you'll love this. You will love this. Go ahead. Let's see here. Where does it say? As you look inside, you can see that the pyramid-like forge has shafts and vents in the side that you can actually peek through. And as you look inside, you see a large, beating heart. And I would like you to make an Arcana check for me. And because of your Kobold heritage, do so with advantage.
Alright. Arcana with advantage. Skip really should be proficient in Arcana. I don't know why he's not.
A 23. That is a red dragon's heart. And it is clearly being kept alive by magic. And it is powering this forge.
Specs eyes are just like getting wider and wider.
It's like catnip dangled in front of a cat.
Okay.
Also,
We're taking that. We're stealing it.
Move the turn order.
Let's see. We're gonna get this. Red.
It's a nice radius you got there. James, you used it.
Oh, we have a tiny hut. Oh.
Yes.
You want to just go ahead and... Okay.
I'm tired. I'm safe in here. I'm not coming out.
I'm done with this shit.
Okay.
Just completely over it.
It shuts down. Oh, dear.
I think one thing that Hawks wants to look for is anything that might include the numbers that he saw earlier. Anything that looks like keypads or...
You look around. Not on the forge. Not on the work pad. You don't see indication of anything that fits that criteria here. If it's anywhere, it's probably in one of the remaining rooms.
I would like to take a short rest if possible.
That sounds like a good idea.
I'm gonna glance in this room over here before we do that.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Police him.
Sure. All right. Meepo, you take a glance in that room. Would you like to be stealthy or not stealthy?
I'm still disguised.
Oh, right, you are. Hang on. Reveal, please.
This reading one? Sorry.
Thank you. All right. The room that you see below you. Inside this room, you can hear loud mechanical noises that seem to come from behind the south wall. Behind the south wall. Oh, sorry. Standing in the middle of the room, in front of that wall, facing the double doors, is a 7-foot-tall statue of a female Duergar in scale male robe. The top of its head above the eyes has been sheared off, making a space for a stone brazier that gives off a flickering flame. Chained to the statue is an emaciated, malformed creature with purple, rubbery skin, a bulbous head with a metal plate bolted to it, and sinister eyes. But this creature, you've seen the skulls of some of its kin in Zardarok's room. And you've seen the gnome Ceramorphs, what their faces look like. This creature is missing the front tentacles on its face. It is weak and malnourished, its skin dry and cracked. Its arms are outstretched from the chains along the statue's surface. Its head is lowered. It does not meet your gaze as you enter the room. But it is alive. Hang on. And you see, as you enter the room to the side, a panting, panicking Duergar.
I'm gonna, in Dwarvish, ask the Duergar what it's doing.
Grandofa! I'm standing guard over the Mind Flayer.
This is, I'm gonna ask the Duergar. This is Zardrock's little toy, right?
He has been known to beat him. And the mood
And what was he doing with it? Sure you heard all the ruckus?
He has beaten me. He has tortured me. You hear a voice into your mind, Meepo.
I'm gonna glance over to the Mind Flare and then continue looking at the dwarf, waiting for its response.
I don't know why you would ask, Grandofa. It's a simple creature, a terrible thing. It's the bane of our very people. Why does it matter?
No, was he using it for something?
No, he was captured merely to torture it, and it deserves it for all that it's done. All of its kind.
Maybe, but was he using it for something? Do you know if he was using it for something?
No. And I'd say just from general passive insight,
Yeah.
You don't think he's lying to you.
Well, get up there with the rest of them.
I kind of swats his armor and... Is everything cooled off?
There's no more fighting.
And...
The kobolds are my pawns.
Deception check. With advantage.
Oh gosh, still not good at that.
Right, mum's the word. He leaves. Oh, hello again. Goodbye.
Hux will hold up the gauntlet and wave to him with it.
Oh boy, I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole. I'm just gonna.
Okay,
Can
bye-bye.
I see what's back here?
Goodbye. Oh, he grows taller for some reason. What are you asking me about? I'm sorry.
Can I see what's back here?
You see a door
On both sides?
on both sides. Yes. You see for a moment someone peeking out of the door to that room over here, but the door closes. The creature breathes with heavy, sagging breaths.
I'm going to kind of say I'll deal with you later and move out here and call I'll call Hawks over and tell him he should see this. And then I'm gonna go over this way. Look in here.
All right, over there is there's nothing there in this little cubby over here.
This little cubby.
Nothing
okay.
over there.
And then I'm just gonna join Hawks again then.
All right, Hawks, you see the same thing that I've described. An illithid chained to a 7-foot-tall statue of a female Duergar. Heavily scarred, wounded, and what's the word? Maimed. I believe maimed is the right word.
That is a descriptor that works there, yes.
This guy kind of looks like a tall version of the fuckers that set Savage off.
Meanwhile, over here, Scale's just chilling, living his best life over here. Continue, Hawk, sorry.
So Hawks should be probably small by now.
Probably.
By this point, yes.
I'm gonna inch around this guy and take a look at the statue itself.
Alright. The statue itself. Make either an Arcana or Religion check. Religion. You do know before that this is a depiction of Deep Dura, the god of conquest and psionic power, her symbol being a mind flayer skull. You know that, according to legend, Deep Dura stole the power of psionics from the mind flayers and gifted it to her people. That's as much as you remembered from what you learned from the previous statue, but there's nothing new that you can tell from this statue. It just seems like a faithful depiction of the goddess.
So, Mr. Squidface.
You address Fiora. I'll write that down.
Yeah, sure, Squidface. Does that mean Squidface in your native tongue?
Does not respond. It simply, its gaze meets the floor and only the floor.
Imagine if it did though.
So, Mr. Fioral. Yeah, that's what you said?
Yes.
The boss of this place, and Hawks will hold up one of the gauntlets and waves it again. He says hi, by the way. Was
Does the gauntlet still have his hand in it? And
Oh
not
yes,
dripping with blood?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually, it might.
Well, it's probably cauterized. Yeah.
Right.
A little bit
If you've
colored.
been if you've been chained up here this whole time, you probably haven't seen all of the stuff that the boss of this place was planning. But I want to ask what you know about the dragon.
Very little.
Hmm.
I know it is a tool of great demonic and terrible power. And yet, I sense something infernal behind it.
I see. Do you think we could potentially... Do we have the materials to potentially pass protection from good and evil on it?
Is that a question for me or for the Mind Flayer?
For Meepo.
Hmm.
Kind of wondering if we could
I don't
banish
have
the
that spell
demonic...
prepared. Do a
that would
long
be 8
rest.
hours to prepare, yeah. So we probably don't want to do that. I'm sure a fellow with an ego like his would brag about things while he was, punching down on you.
You watch occasionally as his gaze drifts up from the floor into... As his tentacle slaps the, sorry, I swapped my microphone. His gaze drifts over to this door over here occasionally. You are being watched.
I see. But whoever's watching hasn't come out yet.
Infernal power of which I spoke. Priest of Deep Dora. So he claims. Being by the name of Zandorn. No, Clondorn. He is not an ordinary dwarf. Always having Zardarok's ear. Heightening his paranoia beyond that of the black eyes.
I'm gonna motion to Hawks to have him come towards me so I can tell him something that hopefully won't be overheard by anybody listening behind this door. So, I knew this guy was down there, and I've been saving a spell specifically for him. How much fight you got left in you?
Right now, I could probably go big one more time. If we could take an hour, if we can keep him trapped in here for an hour and get a little bit of a rest, I would be in much better shape.
I got another spell I could heal you with. If we want to try to beat it up, maybe get this Canuck down here.
Does that include the spell you've been saving for him?
I have 3 spell slots left.
Ugh.
You hear a clanking of stone coming from the room down here.
He may be escaping another way.
Alright, yeah, if you can heal me up, I'll do what I can.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'll do
nice.
cure wounds.
Hey, Hawk, what's your passive perception?
What's
12.
Skinnock up to also, by the way?
Luck has been looking for ways of removing the dragon heart from the
Yes, sorry.
forge.
I was just to get back to you. It doesn't really seem that there's an easy way of doing so, Skanuk. It is pretty in there. Like, any attempt to pry open the pyramid would probably bathe you in the forge fire. It seems like the heart is specifically encased into the forge and connected to it magically.
Alpha. Let's see.
It would be possible, maybe, but it would very much be possible that you would damage the heart, or perhaps render it inoperable. You would have to come up with a very clever plan to get it out of there. It'd be risky, but possible.
Are there tongs, chains, or hooks around? Like,
There are over here on this platform.
so the thing that comes to mind is that what do you say it's like built into the forge? Do you mean like it's too large to come out through this opening in the top?
I mean, it's too large to come out from the opening, as well as you get this sense. How do I explain this? It's like you see rivers of fire coming out from the heart, specifically, and it seems like the heart is hovering like in the middle of the forge. Like you don't think it's definitely not being held by any common restraint. If you tried to move it, you're not sure if it actually would. It's difficult to explain.
I do have a plan. I would probably require help with it, so I can go and talk to Mifo and Hawks and get the skinny on that, I suppose.
All right,
Instead of doing it.
all right.
Um,
As you're thinking
we
of
get-
that,
yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
If we get the chance later, my plan is to possibly make a new cannon so it's more durable. Lower the cannon into the structure so it can grab the heart. Sort of like wrap its legs around the heart. Cast Reduce on the heart. And then try to pull the cannon back up because it looks like it might be a large enough hole at the top to get the cannon out.
All fun ideas. They'll have to put on hold for the moment. As Hawks,
Yep.
you see a sneaky hooded figure sneaking around this corner over here. The dwarf looks very peculiar, as he has one of those, he basically has, what's it called? It has a special name. A mitre? You know, like, kind of like that Pope-like hat that has, like, the, it's, like, empty, well, not empty, it's kind of like carved in the middle, and, like, has, like, the two front, parts that go up.
Panels.
Yeah, two panels, like on like the front and back of it. You know, it is basically like a Pope's hat. Well, it's similar to one. He's kind of wearing that, and he has these chains that are kind of wrapped around his shoulders. And he kind of looks at you, looks to the side. You didn't see anything. And he goes through a secret passage over here, or at least is going to attempt to.
I am going to give chase.
I'm
All
going to
right.
follow it.
Roll a dexterity check for me, and he's going to roll one of his own.
Dexterity check.
I'm doing things. Not supposed to be doing things.
Too late. No short rest for you.
No.
Luckily... Oh, wait, no, hold on. What's his dexterity modifier? Oh, shit, he actually has a good modifier.
Just going to like instinctively chase after. Oof,
So,
not very
Meepo,
quickly, though.
you get up to right behind him. Hawks, you're falling behind. As he's opening this passageway over here, revealing a larger room. You see two very shocked-looking, priestly-looking Duergar, who are currently in the middle of torturing someone. There's a bit of an awkward silence for a minute. At least from them, looking at you. What do you do, Meepo, for this guy right here? Do you really have the strength to take me on, Kobold? I don't think it wise. Okay, you cast silence. Sorry, Caleb. Sorry, Caleb. And waiting patiently, waiting for a short rest, waiting for, and then they're like, "Oh, let's go investigate." You do hear a commotion, Skanuk, I'll say, because you're right there. Very bad. How long does Sanctuary last, Meepo?
A minute.
I'm sorry to say that Sanctuary is probably gone now. The figure looks towards you. This priestly-looking individual. He mouths words, but you cannot hear them. Roll me a religion check, Meepo. As his eyes turn orange from the pale white that they were. You feel a pit in the bottom of your stomach. You recognize some of the words that he's mouthing out. You don't understand them, because I don't believe you speak Infernal.
Nope.
But you recognize the intent behind them, as you watch as he makes two attacks against
Can
you.
he use any spells or anything with silence?
I'm afraid that he's not using a spell. As his disguised self fades away, make sure I have this. I don't think I actually have a token for that. I'm silly me. But you see, as his form shifts away to that of a squat-looking creature, green and white mottled skin, completely covered in barbs. You see a devil before you.
Oh, well.
And it strikes at you with its claws 2 times. Or rather, it lunges. Let's see here. Ah, I see. 2 times with its claws, it rakes out at you, only one connecting. And then, a rubbery, spike-filled tail swings around. For the first hit, you take 7 points of piercing damage.
I'm down.
The second one, he holds. He looks at you, Hawks. Be gone from my sight, little kobold, as the silence drops. Take your friend with you. That's my only warning. What do you do, Hawks?
Well, if you're just gonna let me, I'm gonna scoop up Meepo and make sure she's, like, not bleeding out.
She is.
Okay, I will attempt to stabilize her then. Medicine check. Not with advantage.
19. Alright. You managed to staunch her wounds against her chest. Oh, speaking of which... Bowser, please. Let's see here. What happens to Meepo?
Internal injury?
Okay. So nothing too serious. But you'll need to receive magical healing, for sure. You bring her with you, Hawks, dragging her behind. This creature looks at you as you exit this little secret hallway. And he reaches up, presses something on the wall, and it closes behind you.
You know, in any other situation, this probably would have been worth doing, but I say it's not worth the risk right now.
You hear Skanuk as Hawks brings out an unconscious Meepo.
What happened? What?
So, someone that Meepo's been looking for was over there. And, that someone isn't who they appear to be. And, let's just say that, they got to Meepo before I, could get to them. She's stable, but, we're gonna need to take a minute.
Yeah, hang on. Got somewhere in here. Must be something. Alright, Skanuk is gonna, like, pull, like, a glowing green syringe out of his coat somewhere and cast Cure Wounds on Meepo
Alright.
by stabbing her with it.
Excellent.
Ooh.
That's nice healing you got there. The Mind Flayer takes no notice of this scenario.
Sorry, Meepo, he got away, but I wasn't gonna leave you there.
I wasn't expecting him to be a melee fighter. That was my fault.
I tried to warn you. Something was off about that dwarf.
Can I make a religion check to see what it was?
Sure. Religion check. Ooh, 15. Not bad at all. Hang on. So, what you saw before you was a barbed devil. And let's see here. Trying to find a nice little description of them. Usually, they are considered guardians and patrollers of the Nine Hells. They're one of the greater of the lesser devils, usually responsible for safeguarding important information, infernal locations, and individuals. What one is doing on the material plane, however, is cause for great concern, as usually devils are not on the material plane unless they're specifically summoned for some purpose. And concerning what the Mind Flayer told you about the devil having his ear, you don't necessarily think Zardarok summoned him. So then who did?
That's concerning.
Can I check the room back here since Meepo is up again?
Sure. Oh, every time. You know what? I'm just gonna use polygon reveal. That never fails me.
Ooh, these are bold words.
Well, you know what? Bold enough that it didn't hurt me. You enter this room, and you see two creatures that are red and stout, with little bat-like wings and scorpion-like tails, currently shoveling what looks like stone tablets in a small, red, fiery portal. They take one look at you, and go, ah! And then fly in the portal, and it closes behind them.
Did they leave any behind?
They left a lot behind, actually, and I'll describe the room a bit better now that they're gone. The room is filled with stacks of granite tablets, and not much else.
Do the tablets have anything on them?
Yes, they do. Quite a few of them. You look over with your eyes of the roomkeeper, in fact. Many of them are in Dwarvish, talking about trade deals in the Underdark between the Sunblight clan and the Wuzgart clan. But quite a few of them, noticeably, the ones that these imp-like creatures were trying to shovel into the portal, have infernal writing on them, which normally you wouldn't be able to read because you don't speak infernal, but you have your eyes of the roomkeeper. The infernal script, as you begin to read it, it seems like it's whatever this creature's manifesto was. It goes into great detail about someone known as Asmodeus, who has sent him here to further his own interests. Sending Clondorn specifically, I mean. To do this, Clondorn was sent here as a priest of Deep Dura. But this was a falsehood. His true goal was to get into Zardarok's mind, to bend it and keep it preserved in such a way that the Charterlin's madness would be slowed down, but in such a way that Clondorn could bend him to whatever he desired, namely, that of the dragon. Asmodeus has set his eyes on Icewind Dale amidst all the chaos. But what's more, Asmodeus, whoever this is, has noticed that there is an increase in Levistian worshippers in Caer Dineval, and among them, a tiefling by the name of Avarice, who has started to lead them. And this, according to Clondorn, is of some concern. And Avarice you recognize right away, Hawks, as one of the wizards of the expedition that Velen told you about. Which name written down? Avarice, Meepo? Which one?
The name of the tiefling.
Ah, tiefling's name was Avarice.
Interesting.
Boy, an excuse. I mean,
Indeed. And you get the sense from these tablets in this manifesto that Asmodeus wants the Frostbane to succeed in her task. Her goal of seeing the Dale of being a frozen wasteland Once it is thus, he plans to open a gateway between this plane and that of Stygia to send ice devils out into the Dale. And all under the guise of Deep Dura, Zardarok's patron. And that is how Zardarok was fooled, and why he built all this in the first place.
Interesting. So we should probably warn the old lady about this then.
Where was Avarice building this cult?
Ah, I should write that down as well. Located in Caer Dineval, with a large group of other Levistian cultists.
Let's see.
So if they've got a large cult there, then we might see that as a place where the dragon might need its first repair after facing them down.
Where in the world is this?
Here, let me.
Control, Goodmead, East Haven, and then Caer Dineval. So that's the fourth city it'll hit, probably.
Oops, hang on. Wrong map.
I'm wondering, right?
Where the heck is my? Where's my map? There it is.
Oh, Sonar. Oh, buddy.
Don't look at it. Don't look.
The lonely mummy.
Indeed. Caer Dineval is right here. After the first major town on the Dragon's Path. Caer Dineval, to your knowledge, Skinnock, is one of these smaller towns. The Caer, specifically, is the large castle that the town is known for. Although there is basically just a small following of villagers surrounding it. It's probably one of the smaller towns. Next to, it's still bigger than Duggan's Hole, but it's a bit better, just quality of life.
I mean, so is this pimple I've got. It's not a terrible nice
Wow,
place.
scathing.
Yeah. Plan. How long has it been since the dragon left?
It has now been 3.5 hours.
Oh boy.
Duggan's Hole is getting hit right now.
It's probably been hit already.
You have not taken your short rest yet.
Okay, let's. Do we want to wait? Do we want to wait and see if it comes here, or do we want to try and intercept it somewhere?
I don't really think we can intercept it as the problem.
It's.
Do you know what-
that it-
Do we know what's powering it?
Oh,
Just.
you don't.
what you're thinking?
The plan written down is for it to hit every single town.
Correct.
And while it might be damaged enough to come back here for repairs, if it isn't, it will wipe out all of 10 towns.
Correct.
So we might need to. It's in 3.5 hours. 2 hours to Dugan's Hole, 30 minutes to Goodmead, 1.5 hours to East Haven. So it's almost to East Haven at this point. Or no, because it would be
Keep in
it would
mind,
be just leaving Goodmead. Assuming it takes like half an hour to wipe out Dugan's Hole and Goodmead, it's half an hour each. It's just leaving Goodmead now. How long would it take us to travel to Tourmaline?
Tourmaline from here. Let's see, from that, we're gonna need the Dale map for that. Alright, so you are here. Keep in mind, there is a very large mountain in that way. You guys had to basically go around this way. So around 36 miles, considering if you don't stop. So, if we look at travel pace, so let's say you're trying to go as fast as possible. All right, 30 miles per adventuring day. Now that's not 24 hours. That's basically, let's see, a normal adventuring day is around 8 or so hours. Well, give or take 2 or 4 for resting, short rests, because you wouldn't be able to travel the whole time. You'd be able to have to take like short rests in between every now and again. That would be like once or twice.
Right.
So all in all, it would take you in total, I would say, from that distance, I would say it would be 10 hours. That's being generous at a fast pace.
Okay, and if it's leaving East Haven now, if it's leaving Goodmead now, it's 2 hours before it leaves East Haven. And then it'll be an hour and a half for Cairdenable. But I'll see the times first. 2.5 hours to leave Cairdenable, 1.5 hours for Cairdenable. Hit Tourmaline in 7.5 hours, so we cannot beat it to Tourmaline. We could probably beat it to Bremen. That's about the same distance, it looks like.
Meepo, do you have any other uses of sending, potentially?
No, too high a spell slot.
Hmm.
I have one more second level spell slot. Sending's 3rd level.
I was going to say, now that we actually know where Avarice is, we could send, what's-her-name in Avarice's direction.
I don't think Avarice is connected to this at all. I think he's an opponent that Asmodeus was worried about, not a...
Right, but what I'm saying is that because Avarice is connected to the wizard with the zombie kobolds, that's someone we could potentially tell, hey, there's something heading in that direction, and your friend is there, and you should do something about it.
Maybe. Maybe.
Hey, Meepo.
Yep.
You hear a voice in your head that you haven't heard in many years. Or rather, well, a familiar voice that you only just heard very recently. That you contacted not too long ago. My little friend, I sense many things out of balance. I have been watching for some time. You told me to meet at Angajuk's Bell, but I am coming to you. Have been for some time. I will be there soon. As Re-veangance words enter your mind.
That's a good point as well, Scales. I know that Skanuk wants to try to salvage the heart, but can we tell if that's an essential component to this entire Chardolin system?
Make an Arcana check.
I'm not very good at Arcana, but I'll help someone who is better at it.
Ooh, does anyone have proficiency in it? Because Rock does not somehow. Okay. Right. Okay. Arcana with advantage. Oh,
Unfortunately, you are unsure. At best guess, you don't see any connection. I mean, it's a dragon's heart, sure, but you think it just powers the forge to the best of your knowledge. You have no clue. You get a second message, Nepo. I know where you are. Should you ask it, you need help. Look to the skies.
eagles.
Uh, my hope was that if it came back, we could use the forge fire to destroy it from the heart. But then that comes down to arranging a way of sending it back here. Um, in the very least, I do want to poke into that other room because there's 2 rooms down there, right?
Let me see here. Let me put you back. Alright, which 2 rooms?
It looked like there was maybe another room right here.
Indeed. I will say behind that door, you hear a familiar stomping and clanging sound from one of the hammerers.
Okay. Is there any way for me to look in without the damn thing getting activated?
Sure. You get the sense they're not very intelligent creatures. You look in. Oh my goodness. Roll 20. I need you to reveal. Thank you. You see another elevator.
Okay, so this would have been the other elevator that we could have come down on.
Correct.
Okay, so in terms of space that we haven't explored yet,
In fact,
there's
if
two.
you came down this elevator, you would have been right there.
Is the path to the north, and it looks like there might be a path this way.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways that you can see.
And no one so far has seemed to know anything about a kill switch on this dragon.
From the impression that you've gotten, there is no such thing. Enough people have said they don't think so or they don't know. There is no inclination of any sort of kill switch at all. To your great dismay.
And then I guess the illithid in the room is that we have a very much bleeding out or dying illithid here who doesn't really have much of a chance of escape if we set him free as thanks for helping us. So I'm kind of inclined to ask him what he wants us to do. I'm going to tell him that he probably won't make it out if we set him free.
Before you even utter the word, you feel something tickle in the back of your mind, as if he already knows your intent. Make it quick.
Alright, will do. I'll take his head off.
Alright. No resistance. A weakened creature falls and slumps, dangling in the chains. And as we think on this moment, and as you furiously and quickly think of what you can possibly do to stop this Charlin dragon, I'm going to end this session here for tonight.
Fair enough.
Alright. There we go.